Have you ever stood up in the morning and felt like your legs just weren't there for you? Wobbly, weak, or uncertain? What if that didn't have to be your daily reality? What if I told you that just by adding a few essential vitamins to your daily routine, you could rebuild the strength in your legs, regain your balance, and walk with confidence again? Imagine dancing with your grandkids, taking a stroll through the park, or climbing stairs without hesitation, because your legs feel strong, steady, and energized. Today we're going to show you how. Welcome to Senior Health Boost, where we bring you science-backed solutions to help you live stronger, longer, and more independently. In this video, we're diving into the 7 most powerful vitamins and minerals that can dramatically transform your leg strength, boost your circulation, and protect your bone health, so you can stay active and enjoy your freedom at any age. Whether you love slow walks on a sunny trail, dancing in your kitchen, or simply want to stay steady on your feet, this is the video for you. Because, let's be honest, no one wants to live with constant leg cramps, unsteady steps, or that nagging fear of falling. But the good news, you don't have to. Proper nutrition, specifically the right blend of vitamins and minerals, can reverse muscle weakness, prevent bone loss, and give you back that bounce in your step. So, what's the first step to stronger legs and better balance? It all begins with vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. And for good reason. As we age, our bodies naturally go through changes that affect bone density, muscle tone, and joint stability. Movements that once felt effortless, getting up from a chair, walking across the room, climbing stairs, can start to feel heavy and difficult. And one of the most overlooked reasons for that decline is a deficiency in vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a critical role in maintaining healthy bones and muscles, especially in your lower body. It helps your muscles contract efficiently, supports balance, and keeps your legs strong enough to carry you throughout your day. But here's the challenge. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight. That's compounded by the fact that many seniors don't spend as much time outdoors, whether it's due to limited mobility, colder climates, or concerns about skin health. What happens when you're not getting enough? You may start to experience generalized fatigue, muscle weakness, and even frequent falls. In fact, studies show that seniors with low vitamin D levels are significantly more likely to suffer fractures and lose their independence. In one study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, researchers found that older adults who were deficient in vitamin D had more rapid muscle atrophy, and as a result, even basic movements like climbing stairs or getting up from a low chair became significantly more difficult. But there's hope, and it starts with awareness. Getting enough vitamin D, whether through smart sun exposure, food, or supplementation, can rebuild muscle fibers, improve coordination, and restore balance. So if you've been struggling with leg strength, ask yourself this: when was the last time you had your vitamin D levels checked? Because the road to stronger legs may begin not with more exercise, but with fixing a silent nutritional deficiency. Up next, we'll explore how to optimize your vitamin D intake, from how much you actually need to the best sources for seniors, and which common mistakes to avoid. And don't forget, if this video is helping you already, please give it a thumbs up, drop your questions or thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Senior Health Boost so you never miss a practical, empowering health tip. Now, let's turn the page and take a deeper look into the surprising impact vitamin D has on aging legs and how you can take control starting today. In the last section, we explored how vitamin D is essential for keeping your legs strong, balanced, and pain-free as you age. But that's just the beginning. Let's dive even deeper into why this single nutrient holds the key to so much more than just bone health, and why every senior watching this should take it seriously. You see, vitamin D isn't just about calcium and bones, although that's certainly important. What most people don't realize is that vitamin D plays a direct role in your muscle strength, nerve communication, and even reaction speed. Think of it as the silent conductor of a finely tuned orchestra, keeping your legs, muscles, and nerves in harmony. So what happens when that conductor goes missing? Suddenly, your legs don't respond like they used to. Rising from a chair takes effort. Walking upstairs becomes a challenge. You hesitate at the curb, nervous your balance won't hold. And that quick step to catch yourself during a stumble? It slows down. That's not just age, it's likely a vitamin D deficiency at work. According to leading researchers, vitamin D supports the maintenance of fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for quick movements and stability, like catching your balance when you trip, or pivoting safely while walking. Without these fibers firing properly, you're far more likely to experience falls, sprains, or worse. And it doesn't stop there. Low vitamin D levels are also connected to chronic muscle pain, leg stiffness, and inflammation. Ever had cramps in the middle of the night? Achy calves for no clear reason? A lingering heaviness in your thighs? Research shows that optimizing your vitamin D levels can dramatically reduce muscle inflammation and discomfort. In fact, many seniors report experiencing noticeable relief from nagging leg pain after just a few weeks of vitamin D supplementation. But the risk of ignoring vitamin D goes beyond discomfort. It can be life-altering. Let's talk about fractures. A vitamin D deficiency weakens your bone's ability to absorb and use calcium. That leaves your skeletal system brittle and vulnerable. A single misstep could mean a fractured hip, weeks in a hospital bed, and months of recovery that may never fully restore your independence. Every year, hundreds of thousands of seniors experience falls that change the course of their lives, and many of those could be prevented with stronger bones and better balance. And the ripple effects? Vitamin D is closely tied to immune function, cognitive clarity, and cardiovascular health. Studies have shown that low vitamin D levels correlate with higher risks of heart disease, memory loss, and even depression, all of which reduce quality of life and mobility over time. So here's the good news: you can fix this. Correcting vitamin D deficiency is simple, affordable, and incredibly effective. Let's break down how to restore your levels safely and efficiently. Natural sunlight, spending 15 to 30 minutes outside each day, can do wonders for your vitamin D levels, especially in the morning or late afternoon when the sun isn't too harsh. The key is to expose your arms, legs, and face. But a word of caution: excessive sunscreen, while important for skin health, can block your body's ability to produce vitamin D. Strike a balance. Get sun in moderation and protect your skin sensibly. Vitamin D-rich foods. While diet alone usually can't provide all the vitamin D you need, it can help. Add these foods to your meals: fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, egg yolks, fortified dairy products. Mushrooms exposed to sunlight. Even better? Combine these with sources of healthy fat, such as avocado or olive oil, to improve absorption. Supplementation. For most seniors, a high-quality vitamin D supplement is essential. The average recommendation for adults over 65 is 800 to 1,000 IU per day, but if your blood levels are low, your doctor may recommend 2,000 IU or more. It's always best to get tested first so you can supplement based on your body's unique needs. Some doctors now routinely test vitamin D levels as part of annual physicals, especially in older adults. If yours doesn't, ask for it. A simple blood test can give you a clear picture. And don't forget, vitamin D works best when paired with calcium and magnesium, especially when it comes to bone strength, which brings us to a related and critical point: calcium and bone health. Many people think bone density loss is a sudden thing, but in reality, it begins slowly in your 30s and accelerates dramatically after 50, especially in women post-menopause. Without enough calcium, your bones become porous, fragile, and vulnerable to fractures. But here's the kicker: calcium is only useful if your body can absorb it. And that's where vitamin D comes in. It acts like a gatekeeper, allowing calcium to actually enter your bloodstream and support your bones. If you're low in vitamin D, you can eat all the calcium in the world and still be at risk for osteoporosis. The legs, your pillars of movement, are especially vulnerable. Stress fractures, femur breaks, and hip injuries are among the most common and devastating injuries in older adults. These injuries don't just cause pain, they often rob people of their independence. According to studies, after age 65, a fracture can double the risk of long-term disability and even increase the risk of mortality within a year. That's why prevention is key. And that prevention begins with optimizing your vitamin levels before you ever take a fall. So, what can you do today? Get outside for a little sunshine. Add vitamin D-rich foods to your meals. Talk to your doctor about a vitamin D blood test. Consider a supplement if your levels are low. Think of these small steps as building blocks. They're what keep your legs strong, your mind clear, and your confidence high as you move through your day. Up next, we'll talk about the second vitamin that's critical for seniors who want to stay mobile and energetic, one that supports nerve function, combats fatigue, and keeps your muscles firing with precision. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Senior Health Boost, and ring that bell icon so you never miss another tip to keep your body strong, balanced, and independent. Let's keep building your strength, one smart step at a time. In the previous section, we uncovered how crucial vitamin D and calcium are for keeping your legs strong, bones resilient, and movement stable. But maintaining mobility isn't just about bone health. It also depends on something deeper, something electrical, the messages your nerves send to your muscles. That's where our next powerhouse nutrient comes into play, vitamin B12, a vital player in maintaining neuromuscular function, especially for seniors. Let's break this down. Every time you stand up from a chair, lift your leg to take a step or catch your balance, an intricate network of nerve signals is firing between your brain, spine, and muscles. It's like a live orchestra of movement. And vitamin B12 is the conductor. Without it, the music falls apart. When B12 levels fall too low, as they often do with age, this communication breaks down. The result? Muscle weakness, a feeling of heaviness in your legs, a creeping numbness in your toes, and sometimes even a strange tingling that doesn't go away. Sound familiar? If you've ever experienced legs that feel tired even after rest, sudden balance issues without an obvious cause, or strange sensations in your feet, there's a good chance vitamin B12 deficiency could be playing a role. And here's the catch. This deficiency is incredibly common among older adults. In fact, studies suggest that up to 20% of people over the age of 60 have low B12 levels, and many of them don't even know it. Why? Because B12 absorption isn't as simple as eating the right foods. Your body has to work harder to process it, and as we age, this process naturally gets less efficient. So let me explain. Unlike other nutrients that your body can absorb fairly easily, vitamin B12 requires a very specific helper, a protein called intrinsic factor, which is produced in your stomach. It works like a lock and key system. Without intrinsic factor, your body can't unlock the B12 in your food. And guess what? As we get older, our ability to produce intrinsic factor declines, especially if we suffer from acid reflux, gastritis, or take antacids and proton pump inhibitors regularly. That means that even if you're eating enough B12-rich foods like red meat, eggs, fish like salmon or tuna, or dairy products, you might not actually be absorbing enough of it. Over time, this shortfall adds up. So, what happens when your B12 levels stay low for too long? The effects can be both subtle and severe. Balance starts to feel off, especially in the dark or on uneven surfaces. Numbness creeps into your feet or hands as if your nerves are asleep. Fatigue sets in, more often, making it harder to stay active. And in serious cases, cognitive function declines, affecting memory and focus. Sound scary? It doesn't have to be. The good news is that B12 deficiency is highly reversible once it's identified, and the improvements can be life-changing. Here's how to check and fix it. Get your B12 levels tested. Ask your doctor for a blood test. It's simple, inexpensive, and can help identify if you're in the danger zone. Focus on absorption. For seniors, methylcobalamin is the best form of B12 supplement. Unlike the synthetic version, cyanocobalamin, methylcobalamin is the active form your body can use immediately. No extra processing required. Choose the right delivery method. Since digestion can be tricky, B12 sublingual tablets that dissolve under your tongue or liquid sprays offers superior absorption. They bypass the stomach entirely and go straight into your bloodstream. Don't wait for symptoms. Even if you're not showing signs, you may still be at risk. Many older adults have subclinical B12 deficiency, where blood levels are borderline low, but symptoms haven't fully appeared yet. It's like a slow leak that gradually drains your energy and function. Think of vitamin B12 as a guardian of communication between your brain and muscles. When that guardian is strong, your movements are fluid, your steps are confident, and your energy is consistent. But when it's weak, everything slows down. This isn't just about comfort. It's about preserving independence. It's about being able to walk without fear, lift your groceries, go upstairs, or even dance at your granddaughter's wedding. And let's not forget, vitamin B12 also plays a crucial role in red blood cell production, which means better oxygen flow to your muscles. That translates to more endurance, less fatigue, and faster recovery after activity. Here's a tip. Pair B12 with folate and B6 for a synergistic boost. These three work together to support nerve health, reduce inflammation, and regulate homocysteine, a compound linked to heart disease and cognitive decline. So what should your next steps be? Add B12-rich foods to your meals. Get your levels checked regularly, especially if you're over 60. Consider a high-quality supplement in the form that works best for your body. And don't forget, while food and supplements are critical, lifestyle choices matter too. Keep moving, stay hydrated, sleep well, and support your nervous system with love, not just medicine. In our next section, we'll explore magnesium, another unsung hero that's often missing from older adults' diets. It's a key to muscle relaxation, bone support, and even sleep quality, and it could be the missing piece to your muscle cramps and fatigue. Before we continue, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Senior Health Boost, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another insight on how to stay strong, energized, and independent as you age. Let's keep going. Your next step towards stronger legs is just ahead. In our last section, we uncovered the hidden power of vitamin B12, how it fuels nerve signals, sharpens reflexes, and keeps the legs strong and responsive. Now, let's shift our focus to a mineral that often works behind the scenes, yet plays a starring role in nearly every movement you make. Magnesium. If B12 is the messenger of muscle movement, then magnesium is the calm conductor behind the scenes, ensuring that every muscle contraction and relaxation is smooth, steady, and pain-free. So why is this mineral so important, especially for seniors? Imagine this. You're sleeping peacefully, then suddenly you're jolted awake by a painful leg cramp. You stretch, you rub, but the tightness won't go away. Sound familiar? This is one of the most common yet misunderstood symptoms of magnesium deficiency, and it impacts millions of older adults every night. These nighttime cramps don't just interrupt your rest, they steal your energy the next day, make mornings harder, and subtly chip away at your independence. And it's not just about cramps. Low magnesium levels can cause restless leg syndrome that disrupts your sleep, muscle twitching or tightness that makes walking uncomfortable, fatigue and low endurance, even when you haven't done much. And worst of all, it often goes completely undiagnosed. Why? Because magnesium doesn't get the spotlight like calcium or vitamin D. But make no mistake, without it, your muscles won't function properly, no matter how much protein or calcium you're getting. Here's what makes magnesium such a muscle miracle. Every time you move, whether it's walking, stretching, or simply shifting in your seat, your muscles are contracting and relaxing. Magnesium controls that process. It keeps the electrical signals between your nerves and muscles balanced and calm. Without enough of it, those signals become erratic, leading to spasms, cramps, and even loss of muscle control. Now let's talk bones. You've probably heard that calcium is critical for bone strength, and that's absolutely true. But did you know that calcium can't do its job without magnesium? Think of magnesium as a traffic cop for calcium. It guides calcium into your bones where it belongs and prevents it from going rogue and building up in soft tissues like your joints and arteries. Without enough magnesium, calcium may start to accumulate in the wrong places. This can lead to joint stiffness, pain, or even arterial calcification, a major risk factor for heart disease. And yes, it can weaken your bones over time. Research shows that seniors with higher magnesium intake have stronger bones, better balance, and significantly lower risk of fractures, especially hip fractures, the very ones that can drastically reduce mobility and quality of life. So, why are so many seniors low in magnesium? Unfortunately, modern life is working against us. Stress, poor diet, and certain medications all deplete magnesium reserves quickly. And for older adults, the problem is even worse. Here's why. As we age, our kidneys excrete more magnesium. Many common medications used by seniors, including diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and blood pressure drugs, drain magnesium levels even further. And to make things more difficult, magnesium isn't stored in large quantities in the body, so it must be replenished daily. Yet most Americans, especially those over 60, don't get nearly enough from food alone. So what can you do? Start by eating magnesium-rich foods every day. Here are some of the best sources. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds, pumpkin seeds, and cashews. Whole grains, such as brown rice and quinoa. Legumes, including black beans and lentils. Avocados, which also support heart and joint health. And even dark chocolate. Yes, you read that right. But if you're relying on food alone, it can be hard to reach the recommended 320-420 milligrams of magnesium per day, especially if absorption is compromised or you're on medications. That's where supplementation comes in. Now, not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Here's what to look for. Magnesium glycinate, gentle on the stomach, highly absorbable, and less likely to cause digestive issues. Magnesium citrate, well absorbed but may have a mild laxative effect. Magnesium threonate, a newer form that may cross the blood-brain barrier and support cognitive function in addition to muscle health. Avoid cheaper forms like magnesium oxide, which are poorly absorbed and more likely to cause stomach upset. If you experience chronic fatigue, leg cramps at night, twitching muscles, or unexplained stiffness, you might be missing this key mineral. And the solution could be as simple as a daily supplement and a few dietary changes. Now, let's pause for a second. Think about what magnesium really represents. It's not just a mineral. It's a lifeline to freedom. It's what allows you to stand up without struggling, walk without pain, sleep through the night without cramps. And most importantly, live with energy and confidence on your own terms. So the next time your legs feel tight, your calves cramp, or your balance seems off, don't chalk it up to just aging. Instead, ask yourself, am I giving my body what it needs to thrive? You might be surprised at how quickly magnesium makes a difference once you start getting enough. Before we move on, here's a quick checklist. Add more leafy greens and seeds to your meals. Talk to your doctor about a magnesium blood test. Consider a high absorption supplement if you're low. Keep moving. Physical activity helps distribute magnesium into your bones and muscles. Coming up next, we'll be diving into a powerful trace mineral that many seniors overlook, but it's essential for keeping your blood flowing, your energy steady, and your leg strength intact. Can you guess what it is? Here's a hint. Without it, your cells can't carry oxygen properly, and you may start feeling like you're running on empty, even if you're not doing much. Stay tuned, because this next nutrient could be the game changer you've been waiting for. When we left off, we were talking about just how important potassium is, not just for avoiding cramps, but for maintaining the very foundation of your independence. Strong, responsive legs, and that brings us to an often overlooked truth. While potassium is essential, many seniors simply aren't getting enough. Magnesium and calcium might get more of the spotlight, but when your potassium levels drop, it's like cutting the power line to your muscles. Potassium works behind the scenes to regulate the electrical signals between your brain and muscles. Imagine it as the translator, ensuring your nervous system and your legs speak the same language. Without it, messages get garbled. That's when your legs start to tremble after a short walk, or you find yourself dragging your feet without knowing. What? Have you ever stood up too quickly and felt lightheaded, or worse, like your legs might give out? That's often a potassium issue. It plays a vital role in regulating blood pressure and fluid balance, both of which are essential for steady circulation to the legs. Without adequate blood flow, muscles fatigue faster, joints get stiff, and mobility becomes a constant struggle. Even more concerning, low potassium levels can directly impact your ability to maintain balance. For seniors, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults in the U.S., and compromised nerve-muscle communication only heightens that risk. But here's the hopeful news. The fix is simple and delicious. You don't need exotic powders or costly supplements. Nature has already given us an abundant supply of potassium-rich foods. Yes, bananas are the go-to, and they're great, but they're far from your only option. Sweet. Potatoes, for instance, contain nearly twice the potassium of a banana. A medium-baked sweet potato with the skin delivers around 540 mg of potassium, along with vitamin A and fiber, a triple win for your legs. Avocados, another powerhouse, pack in over 700 mg per serving, along with healthy fats that reduce inflammation and nourish your joints. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, rich in potassium and great for circulation. Beans and lentils, not only potassium heroes, but full of fiber and plant-based protein. And don't forget oranges, beets, coconut water, and even yogurt. Each one offers its own unique potassium boost. What's the right target? For men over 50, it's about 3,400 milligrams per day. For women, about 2,900 milligrams. You might be surprised how quickly you can meet that number with the right foods. A small baked potato here, a serving of beans there, and you're well on your way to protecting your legs and your lifestyle. Of course, there's a word of caution, too. If you have kidney issues or take medications that affect potassium levels, like certain blood pressure meds, it's vital to check with your doctor before significantly increasing your intake. Potassium is powerful, and balance is everything. Now, before we move on, let's recap the power of this unsung mineral. It supports strong, flexible muscle contractions, enhances nerve signaling for fast reflexes, reduces risk of leg cramps and restless legs, improves joint comfort by reducing systemic acidity, helps regulate blood pressure and support circulation, and contributes directly to stronger bones. Isn't it amazing what a little nutrient can do? And to think it's hiding in plain sight in your morning avocado toast or that sweet potato you've always loved. So, as we continue building your personal blueprint for stronger legs and longer independence, potassium stands tall, quiet, essential and effective. And that leads us directly into another vital piece of the puzzle. We've talked about mobility, balance, and strength. But what about the deep tissue regeneration that keeps your legs strong as you age? Coming up next, we'll explore the surprising impact of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically how they soothe inflammation, nourish joints, and even improve circulation down to your toes. Stick with us. Your next step toward powerful legs and total body vitality starts with something as simple as a forkful of salmon or a teaspoon of flaxseed oil. If you're finding value in this series, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Senior Health Boost, your trusted partner for strength, stability, and lifelong well-being. Ready to keep going? Let's turn the page together. Let's bring everything together with the last two powerful nutrients that round out our list, vitamin K and vitamin B6, both often overlooked, yet absolutely essential for maintaining strength, mobility, and freedom well into your later years. We've talked about calcium, we've covered vitamin D, but there's another player in the game that acts like the traffic controller for calcium, making sure it goes where it's supposed to. That's where vitamin K comes in. Most people think of vitamin K as the blood, clotting vitamin, but the truth is, it plays a much broader and more critical role in leg strength than most seniors realize. Without vitamin K, calcium could end up in your arteries and joints instead of being deposited into your bones where it belongs, and that's a problem. Imagine trying to build a strong house, but all the bricks, your calcium, are dumped in the driveway instead of the foundation. That's what happens when you're low on vitamin K. The calcium hardens in your soft tissues, potentially contributing to stiffness, poor circulation, and even cardiovascular disease. But when you have adequate vitamin K, something incredible happens. Your body starts routing calcium exactly where it needs to go, into your bone matrix, where it strengthens and rebuilds your skeletal system. For seniors, that's critical. Why? Because stronger bones mean fewer fractures, better posture, improved balance, and a lower risk of falling. Even more compelling, studies have shown that seniors who consume adequate vitamin K have fewer knee issues, less stiffness, and greater joint mobility. Whether it's getting up from the couch or walking across the room without pain, vitamin K helps make it happen. There are two main types of vitamin K. Vitamin K1, which is found in leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. Vitamin K2, which is more potent and found in fermented foods like natto, aged cheeses, and certain animal products like egg yolks and liver. Here's something powerful. Just one serving of kale, spinach, or even Brussels sprouts can significantly increase your vitamin K levels. Add these to your smoothies or enjoy them steamed as a side dish. And if you're into fermented foods, a few bites of sauerkraut or a serving of natto a few times a week can do wonders. Now, a quick word of caution. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, increasing your vitamin K intake can interfere with your medication. So always talk to your doctor before making any changes. And finally, we arrive at one of the most underappreciated vitamins for leg strength and nerve function, vitamin B6 or pyridoxine. Vitamin B6 plays a silent yet essential lead role in the daily lives of seniors. It helps build red blood cells, supports nerve health, and is necessary for converting food into energy. But here's where it really shines: neuromuscular coordination. Have you ever felt like your legs just aren't reacting the way they used to? Maybe they feel heavier, slower, or less responsive. This could be a sign of B6 deficiency. Without enough B6, your nerve signals can slow down, leading to delayed reflexes, poor balance, and even that wobbly feeling when you stand or walk, that tingling sensation in your feet, that frustrating stiffness that just won't go away. That could be B6 telling you it's running low. Vitamin B6 also helps reduce chronic inflammation in your muscles and joints, which is a game changer for anyone dealing with stiffness, fatigue, or discomfort after exercise. And because it supports hemoglobin, the oxygen-carrying part of red blood cells, it ensures your muscles get the oxygen they need to perform. So, how can you get more of it? Luckily, B6 is found in plenty of delicious and accessible foods: chicken and turkey salmon, and tuna potatoes and bananas, chickpeas and fortified cereals. If you eat a well-balanced diet, you're probably getting a fair amount of B6 already. But for seniors with digestive issues, restricted diets, or trouble absorbing nutrients, a supplement may be helpful. Just be cautious with high-dose B6 pills. Long-term overuse can cause nerve issues, so always consult your doctor first. The recommended daily intake for older adults is 5 mg for women, 1.7 mg for men. It's not a lot, but it makes a big difference. Now, let's wrap things up. You've just learned about 7 powerhouse nutrients, each one a building block for stronger legs, better balance, and greater independence. From vitamin D to magnesium, potassium to B6, these aren't just nutrients. They're your allies in aging with strength, grace, and confidence. So what's your next move? Start small. Add a handful of spinach to your eggs. Swap in a sweet potato for that white bread roll. Ask your doctor about a simple blood test to check your vitamin D or B12 levels. Every bite is a step forward. Every choice is a vote for your future self. And if this video gave you even one new insight, one aha moment about your health, then do us a favor. Tap that like button so we know this helped you. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip from Senior Health Boost. And leave a comment below. Let us know which vitamin surprised you the most or what change you're ready to make. At Senior Health Boost, we believe that aging isn't about giving up. It's about powering up. Thank you for being with us today. Stay strong, stay independent, and, as always, stay curious. We'll see you in the next video.